distributed energy in whatever form that is certainly something that we are looking at and trying to understand. How does that happen? What are the economics? What's the technology? So is there a scenario where people don't need to go to a retail fueling facility in 30 years? The answer is probably yes. So I think we're open-minded to it. But I think actually Steve is probably the best qualified to talk about it, because that's what Honda do. So Steve?
The current home energy station that we're focusing on now, we feel is a little bit of ahead of a renewable photovoltaic version, even though we have both. And I think there's a number of papers that have been published on this from our engineering team. We're currently at HES4, it's the fourth generation in our partnership with Plug Power. I think, as Larry said, we still face cost hurdles before we can bring it out, say, into the market. But at the same time, we're at the point where we're exploring what are the next steps to do that. Right now, it's what you might call behind the fence. We want to bring it out from behind the fence and maybe need an interim step before we put it right at a person's home. But it's real. We feel at it every day. The goals are to reduce CO2 footprint from all aspects of the energy, the electricity from the home, for the home, the heat for your home, and the fuel for your car. So we're on track with it, but it's maybe not as not in parallel with the deployment of the car. From the customer standpoint, we're learning a lot with our home fueling with CNG, the device named Fill by Fuelmaker. There's great challenges to getting that approved at the local level. Areas of people with jurisdiction. It's all over the map. But where we succeed there and where it gets installed, the customers are extremely happy. That, I think, is, and we've stated this over and over, the great lesson we learned from the electric vehicle experience. So EV people didn't know how good it could be until you refill from your home. Post living with it, it tops the list. It's at the top 3 of positive attributes of vehicle ownership. So that's clear. Of course, the difference is, for both CNG or for hydrogen, is that you would have the best of both worlds. Excuse me, the capability of refilling at home and fast fill at public stations. So we desperately need the public stations, and don't think that anything with home refilling will put the energy companies out of business anytime soon.